What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a free pick for you from this New Orleans versus Incarnate Word college basketball matchup going down on Monday, December 8th, 2025. But before we get to that free pick, if you are looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, the ones that I have the most money on every single day, you can head to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks or the Experts tab at the top of the page. We give out so much free pick content here at Pickdawgz that you know the plays in the premium side are the best of the best. That's what Pickdawgz Premium is for. But we've also got our inner circle. It's something we've mentioned a lot in our videos as of late. It's not for everyone. It's for those who are placing larger bets of at least $1,000 or more per game, which is the requirement to be accepted into this service. But we've had a lot of big bettors and high rollers join this club already, taking advantage of things like one-on-one coaching, bankroll management, the early releases. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, reach out to the number on the screen. We'll be more than happy to get you some information. But let's get to this one. Between New Orleans and Incarnate, where it is the only conference matchup. Here we got Southland Conference action on Monday. And you've got New Orleans coming into this one with a record of 2-7 on the year after an 85-76 loss to Houston Christian to start conference play and to also hand the Privateers their sixth straight loss, while Incarnate Word coming into this one 5-4 on the year off a 74-67 loss at the hands of Nichols to fall to 1-1 in conference play, 5-4 overall this season. And for Incarnate Word, 3 of their 5 wins this season have come against subdivision teams, and they also have only a win over Southern Indiana, who's 321st in KenPom. But the big shock this season was the 71-67 win over McNeese. Now keep in mind, this was an Incarnate Word team that gave McNeese all sorts of headaches last year, and I still think McNeese is the team to beat in the Southland, but to see Incarnate Word pick up that victory was definitely a confidence booster for the Cardinals, and definitely a sign that maybe they can get things turned in the right direction. Now, this is also an Incarnate Word team that's fairly battle-tested. They played Colorado State, Indiana, and High Point as their other 3 games against teams inside the KenPom top 100. Took all losses in those games and had defensive issues in a couple of those games as well. I wasn't a fan of how they looked against Nichols. It was probably just a letdown spot after the big win over the top team in the conference to start conference play. But I think this is a nice bounce back spot here for Incarnate Word, even on the road. New Orleans hasn't really had any luck this season outside of their wins over TCU and Tulane. Now, granted, those are 2, power conference or high major wins, and those are, solid victories for the Privateers as well. But we've also seen this team give up a lot of points in their other spots. Now, yes, this is a team that played up to a lot of high-level competition. 5 games for New Orleans against teams inside the KenPom top 100. Losses to LSU, Mississippi State in overtime, Texas Tech, and Memphis. And, they started with the loss to Houston Christian. But my concern is the fact that New Orleans still gave up 85 points to Houston Christian in that game. And, now if we look at these two teams just from sort of teams of their own level, this is an Incarnate Word team that's been able to hit the offensive glass hard in their first 2 games. They've been really good at that in MAC conference play. Now, New Orleans conference play so far, like I said, we've only seen the numbers against Houston Christian, but they shot well from 3 in that game. They shot well from 2-point range. But I still think Incarnate Word is the better team, and I think that the advantage on the glass is going to prove to be the difference here. Incarnate Word this season has had problems with defense, but I don't trust New Orleans defensively either. This is a New Orleans team that only really excels at defending the perimeter. They're 64th in the country in 3-point defense. The problem is Incarnate Word likes to do their damage everywhere else, and this is an Incarnate Word team that does a good job of taking care of the basketball. So I think that the fact that they're taking care of the basketball, that they have a really good free throw rate between 2 teams, give up a lot of free throws, and they are able to get to the foul line at a higher rate, and the fact they're, like I said, the better rebounding team, I think is going to be the difference here. Incarnate Word has also won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams, and if you need any proof of just sort of stuff carrying over year from year, and these teams with familiarity sort of carrying over trends year from year, you look at Incarnate Word playing McNeese tough twice last year and then getting the win outright over them this year. So I also think Incarnate Word is just the better team. So I'm going to roll with Incarnate Word on the money line in this one. Avoid laying the 1.5 and paying the extra 15 cents here. So give me Incarnate Word on the money line. that is my free pick for this game. Thank you so much for checking out this free pick video. Let me know who you guys like in this game in the comment section below. And if you are looking for my best bets, again, you can head to Pickdawgz Premium. And remember, you can also use the promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. That's PICK at checkout. And you can also click the link in the description of this video below to get taken directly to my capper page. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.